There's some random stuff. I probably should bring the background over here to make it more official, but it's unofficial. Just something to make you think about vibrations, light, and sound. So I'm fascinated by vibrations because, the whole thing, like you take a stick in a dark room and start to vibrate it, you only perceive it through the sense of sound because, again, it's a dark room. So you hear it like, okay, it vibrates faster, you hear whoosh, 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 whoosh. But then if you go faster, I think maybe there's a period where kind of disappears. You don't even know it's there anymore, like no sound. Or maybe through the sound of touch. If you ran into it or something, you'll feel it and it'll hurt. But then if you go even higher than that, it disappears. You don't even know it's there. Then it shows up again through light. So now you can see it. It starts to have light, like maybe it goes through the spectrum of like red, orange, yellow, maybe the rainbow. I don't know the spectrum. But then ultimately it goes to ultraviolet. You can see it like you see ultraviolet light. And then I want to say it disappears again and it's gone. It's not even there. So you got this rod that you vibrated. And I think I spoke about this before on an earlier video. And so what's interesting is a few things. I've always thought about how there are probably just other energies here that we just don't know. They don't even know we're here because we're so low vibration to them that it's just passing through us, or as they say in is metaphysics, like just everything is on top of each other. It just, just vibration is all here right now. And also like in between some of those frequencies where things disappear, that's where like Wi-Fi sits. That's where like, these wireless radio transmissions and things. And at another level too, thought. So maybe at the higher end of the disappearance, but maybe still low on vibration is like the thought vibration. And you can even rise above the thought vibration. That's another story. That's not the purpose of this. Anyway, I was recording a narration and I just thought about how like the sound, like the deep sound, because I'm by a road, like of vehicles goes through the wall, but light can't penetrate a wall. It can penetrate a window because, it's glass, but like just a solid wall, light does not penetrate, yet sound does. And so I had to talk to ChatGPT and ask about that. And I just wanted to share some of the cool things. Hopefully this is true. So if it's not, y'all, let me know. Okay, it says like sound and light are completely different vibrations. Sound is a mechanical vibration, travels through matter, air, water, walls, metals, needs atoms or molecules to pass the vibration along. But light is an electromagnetic vibration, travels through space itself, does not need matter. And it just says like the difference in speed, blah, 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 blah. What else? Okay. Why sound goes through walls, but light doesn't. So when sound hits a wall, air vibrates. The wall's atoms start vibrating. Those vibrations pass to the air on the other side. So it's like, so maybe it's not as strong on the other side, but it like passes through it. It vibrates the wall. So that's just amazing. Like buildings and all of that, like we think these are solid structures, but deep within its molecules is vibrating and passing that sound through the wall to the other side, if I'm understanding this correctly. So then you got light. Light behaves differently. When light hits a wall, the wall absorbs or reflects the electromagnetic wave. The atoms in the wall do not pass the light through because their structure blocks those wavelengths. And yeah, and so, something I always think about is like, what if everything is the same thing, just vibrating slightly differently? And just like you can say, well, how come our bodies look different and not the same? But maybe like this molecule of my head is vibrating differently than somebody else's molecule of their head. I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay. Oh yeah, and I brought up to chat that like, yeah, like some of the space in between we can't really access unless we have some kind of machine. And it just says, yeah, the universe is full of vibrations we can't sense. Like radio waves, we need a radio. Wi-Fi, we need a router. X-rays, we need an X-ray machine. Ultrasound, medical scanner. Infrared, thermal camera, gamma rays, particle detectors. Our senses only detect a tiny slice of reality. Visible light is just a tiny band of the electromagnetic spectrum. Interesting. So cool way to think about it, as they say. Some we hear, some we see. Most we can't detect without tools. Your body is already interacting with all of them. You're just not consciously aware of most of them. What's interesting about that, y'all know me, like I feel like your body is inside of your spirit. And you can say your spirit is like, it's a vibration. Like we can't see it. A lot think that our spirit is inside the body, but I don't see it like that. But another story. Okay. where am I going with this? I don't know. I just want to share this information. So the deeper question you're hinting at, which they said from what I said, is if reality is vibration, how much of existence are we missing simply because we don't have the right senses? And they said this is a question at the heart of quantum physics, cosmology, consciousness studies, and sound healing research. So then they gave some frequencies and stuff. I know some of this, like when I'm editing songs, I can see the frequency of the bass when I adjusted the treble. Oh, and something interesting I thought about too, because it had said like when you hear a song going down the street, you can normally hear the bass, but you can't hear the treble because like the high pitched sounds have a shorter distance that they can travel. Like a bass note can be 28 feet, a high pitched sound can be 3 inches. I was like, that's true. But then here in Houston, they have screw music. And I think that's genius. I don't know if that was intended, but you could actually hear that down the block because it's slowed down to a lower frequency so that it can travel a lot farther. Interesting stuff. All right. So low frequencies go through walls. When a wave hits an object, 3 things can happen: reflection, absorption, transmission. So the long waves or the low frequencies, they go through. The short waves, they bounce or dissipate or get absorbed. So then I asked, I forgot what I asked. Oh yeah, I heard that the pyramids, like the building of it, they use some kind of sound machine that could move them. And they said like ChatGPT is saying like science is kind of catching up to this because they're already doing acoustic levitation with like small particles and things. And that's amazing because I mean, when you think about it, like this thing that seems so solid, sound can penetrate through it like it doesn't exist to get a message or a sound to the other side of that wall. And it just makes me think about just all the barriers and things we think we can't get around that we stuck through, but just making the right sound or just doing the right thing, just meeting the right vibration literally makes it where you don't have to have open doors because you can still get the message through the closed door, which is kind of cool too. So, yeah, I'll end it there. That sounds like a cool message. Don't worry about closed doors. Just what's meant to be on the other side of that door, you can protrude or extend your essence through it.
JClay.